Caitlin Clark's team bowed out in overtime last night. What an incredible season they turned in. They didn't have Cunningham, they didn't have Clark, and they take the Aces to a deciding game before bowing out. Mark Schlereth, NFL and Fox analyst, he won 3 Super Bowls with the Broncos, and he called the Patriots-Panthers game in Week 4. And guess what? As a reward, he gets the Dolphins in the Panthers coming up this weekend at 1 o'clock Sunday on Fox. Mark joins us on the program. You know, you've gotten to that grumpy old man age where you can say what you want to. So here's your platform. What's the topic today that is really bothering you?
Overtime. Hey, listen, the fans, you guys did it. You guys asked for this, right? 40-40 game. We don't get a winner. We don't get we don't get victory. What was wrong with sudden death? There was nothing wrong with sudden death. Sudden death, it's sudden and it's death. You're over. That makes sense to me. Playing to a 40-40 tie makes 0 sense to me. And by the way, I've sat in a bunch of meetings. 12 years I played this league. I sat in meetings. I heard it every week. Hey, it's 3 phases of the game. It's special teams, it's offense, and it's defense. Your defense had an opportunity to stop the opponent's quarterback, but no. You know what happened? Josh Allen didn't get the ball, and that's not fair. And we want to be fair, and it's not fair. Like, did your parents did they ever parent you? Did they ever say to you, "Hey, man, life ain't fair"? Did you not get parented? And now this is what we have to live with: ties. I hate it, Dan. I hate it.
Okay, if you're in a game and you get to overtime and you lose in sudden death, like, are you better at accepting a loss in sudden death overtime than a tie in overtime?
I'm good with whatever, because we had 60 minutes to win this football game and we didn't get it done in 60 minutes, and I'll deal with the consequences of that. I hate playing an extra 10 minutes and then nothing is solved. Nothing is satisfied to me. And then, so it just bothers me. The whole thing bothers me. And the thing that bothers me is the way the NFL operates, right? We listen to a bunch of people whine about things, right? And most of the people that whine don't even like the game. Like, why do we as a league, basically kowtow to people who don't even like our game? Screw them. It's the greatest game in the world. If you don't like it, tough. I don't care. So that part to me, I don't understand. I mean, I guess I understand it. You're trying to get more and more people involved in the game, and I get that part of it. But I don't like to make excuses for it, and I don't like people who don't like our game who complain about it that we try to satisfy. Screw those people.
Are you more bothered by overtime or the Broncos uniforms that they trotted out on Monday night?
Hey man, I'm old school. I liked Pat Patriot. Did you see the Patriots in the game against Pittsburgh, with the old Pat Patriot on the helmet and that? I love that. I love the old school. I wish they'd go back to that Bronco uniform with the horse breathing fire out its nose. I wish they would go back to all that stuff, because I think those uniforms are just absolutely classic. They're awesome. And, yeah, the all blues. I could do without the all blues, but I hated it mostly because when we went to all blues, when I played for the Broncos, one, the pants, for whatever reason, the pants were super tight. I didn't like that. And two, you look like a Oompa Loompa. You just look like a big giant roly-poly blueberry. And I was conscientious. I was like, hey, I looked at my other offensive lineman. I go, does this uniform make me look fat?
We're talking to Mark Schlereth. You will find him an NFL Fox analyst. Panthers, Patriots, Week 4. And now you got the Dolphins and the Panthers.
Yeah.
Wow.
It turns out that I am the official broadcaster of the NFC South. I don't know whose Cheerios I pissed in to get the Panthers every weekend, but they are. Don't tell anybody I said this, but they are a bad football team.
Okay. I saw this headline, and I knew you were going to call the game. Bryce Young is not a bust. The Panthers are.
Yeah.
Is that a fair headline?
Well, I think so. We put up in the broadcast the other day, I mean, they had both Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold in their organization. and said, "See ya." And you know what? You get some good coaching. Sam Darnold actually turns down this. Sam Darnold's a great story because they're both great stories. Sam Darnold turns down other opportunities to potentially go in and be a starter, and he decides I'm going to go to San Francisco and get coached by Kyle Shanahan and learn how to play NFL football. That's what happened. And then he goes to Minnesota. And Kyle Shanahan told me, he goes, listen, he gets to the Jets, right? Bad organization, gets to the Jets, and they try to put him in the Peyton Manning offense. He goes, there's one guy that can run the Peyton Manning offense. That's Peyton Manning, right? So he fails there. Then he goes to Matt Rule and the Carolina Panthers, and they're running some college. So the first time that this guy has ever gotten into a true progression offense in reality is in San Francisco. And so he learns basically NFL football. He's year 4 in the league. And at one point, Baker Mayfield, we put a picture of a couple of different broadcasts, a Tampa broadcast I did last year, where he is actually a scout team defensive end for the Carolina Panthers. And they cut him. And then he signs on in with the Rams and plays there for a few weeks. As that, I think it was a Christmas Day game against the Broncos where he hangs 50 on them after being in the facility for 3 days. And he goes on to play great football. So I don't know what Bryce Young is yet. I think he's small, he's diminutive. But he can operate an offense, and I've seen growth because I'm the official broadcaster of the Carolina Panthers. I've seen some growth, but Dan, like I think wide receivers are a completely dependent position. They're like children. One, they're dependent, right? 10 other guys have to do their job for them to sniff a football. And then they're like toddlers. They whine and they cry and they bitch a lot if they don't get fed. Like that's who wide receivers are. They're just like toddlers. And so ultimately, there is not very much talent on this football team. And so if you're a great quarterback, you take, fair to middling wide receivers and you can create a great offense around that. If you're a quarterback trying to figure it out, you've got to surround that guy with some opportunities, some people who can actually excel, get open in one-on-one. And going into last week, Tedero McMillan had 216 yards receiving. All the other wide receivers combined had 141 through 3 games. It's just, they just don't, they're just not very good that way, that talent-wise. So, again, I just don't know. Do I think he's a franchise quarterback? No, but do I think you can win with Bryce Young? If you put enough people around him and pieces around him, I think you probably could.
Help me understand the Eagles situation. It feels like every week there's something. Every week there's something. We started out with Spitgate with Jalen Carter to start the year. Now, you got A.J. Brown with a cryptic tweet that he puts out. And then, they don't throw the ball a lot, but when they do throw it, I think he's targeted a little over 30% of the time. So they're good numbers. You're winning. You're undefeated. You won the Super Bowl. Help me understand the Philadelphia Eagles.
I can't. I don't understand. I don't come from that world. I don't come from that world where I'm not getting enough shine, so I'm upset. I come from the offensive line world, the world of offensive line, and that's we're a secret mushroom society. Nobody knows what the hell we're doing, and if we have a great game, we're just a throwaway tagline. The guy rushes for 200 yards. You got to think the big fella's up front. Now let's talk about me. That was awesome. That's the way it works, right? You give up, man, I can whip your ass 65 plays in a row, Dan. I give up 1 sack, I'm a piece of garbage, and you go to the Pro Bowl. That's the world I come from. And so I don't understand this world of we're winning, but I'm not getting to touch the ball enough. So I'm going to pout or send cryptic tweets or be upset. That world, I don't understand that world. And ultimately it is about winning. And I know that you want to compete, and I know that you want to win, but it's amazing what you can do as an organization, whether it's football or any organization. It's amazing what you can accomplish when no one cares who gets the credit. And that's the world I come from. So it's probably why I hate wide receivers with the white hot intensity of 1,000 suns. So I'm probably not the right guy to ask, because I just think it's selfish and it bothers me. And, and I'm grumpy and I've got on black socks. So that's where I live right now.
How frustrating was it, or is it, for an offensive lineman to do your job for a couple of seconds. And then all of a sudden you turn around and your quarterback's trying to make something happen, and then you guys are going to get blamed for a sack.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you that sacks are more of a quarterback driven and a coaching driven statistic than they are an offensive line stat in today's NFL. With all the, I mean, we didn't even have a bubble screen when I was playing. That didn't even exist. And and you throw it behind line of scrimmage and out to the sidelines so much, and there's so much quick game. You really, if you boil it down, Dan, you say, hey man, we throw it 35 times. You boil it down 35 times. You got five, let's call it, I'm just going to make the math easy because I'm not that smart. We're going to go 5 quick balls, like 5 3-step drops, right? So now you're down to 30, right? We're going to do 5 kind of bubble screens. So now I'm down to 25. We're going to do 5 swing passes out to the running backs. All right. So now I'm down to 20. Now we're going to do a 5-step drop, but a 5-step drop with no hitch. So it's the ball is out right now. Now I'm down to 15, and so I look at it. How about the boot keep play action game? We're going to do 5 of those. Right. So now I'm down to, let's call it, I'll whittle it down, give or take a few. I'll whittle it down to 12 plays where you actually have to protect. 12 plays. And so ultimately, you got to get the ball out of your hand. That's the way the game is designed. And I was talking to Byron Leftwich when Tom Brady was playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I said, what has been the most amazing thing about Tom? And he said, hey, listen, if I call curl flat, which is a first day operation, curl flat, everybody in the league runs curl flat. And your first read is the flat. Like it's just a back or a tight end that's in the flat, right? Whatever it is. And that flat is open. And that's the first read in the progression. Tom will take it 100 out of 100 times, never get bored, taking the profit, and he'll put us in second down and 6-. And then the entirety of the offense is open. We're on schedule. You hear people say that all the time, on schedule. There are some quarterbacks that don't want to throw it. Let me see what I can get at. Hey, let me see if I can get something better. Let me see if I can get something better. You got to fall in love with the boring. And that's why most guys who scramble around don't win championships. Because you can't ultimately, I look at Kyler Murray, and do you want to win football games or you want to make SportsCenter highlights? That was what I would ask. Because I want to win football games. And the way you win is staying out of third down and long. And the way you stay out of third down and long is you have success on first and second down. And so if somebody's going to give me a gift, somebody's going to give me a 5-yard quick out, and I pass it by because I want something better or I want to make a highlight play, well, it's selfish football. Because it's second down and 5, I can do anything. Everything is open to me. Second down and 10, I'm predictable. Nothing is open to me. I have pared down my playbook by, 80%, whatever it is.
Stay grumpy, okay?
I'm going to get a T-shirt. Stay grumpy.
Stay grumpy. Good to talk to you, buddy. Thank you.
Likewise. Be good, bud.
Mark Schlereth, NFL on Fox analyst and the official analyst for the Carolina Panthers. They got Dolphins and the Panthers at 1 Eastern on Sunday on Fox.